time and space, time and space. We not in the race. Listen, truth is I just listen to the signs, so I don't get behind, cleanse my mind. So I'm giving gratitude for this time, space. I listen to what my soul gotta say.
Divine day, my beautiful souls. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Sending you prosperity, abundance of any and everything you desire. Continue to manifest reality. Continue to live in your truth. Continue to be you. Unapologetically love yourself, love others unconditionally. Gratitude for another amazing day in the desert. I am out here, yeah. Y'all see the sun is barely coming up over the horizon over there. So I am up early because our septic tank is getting installed today, like within the next 10-20 minutes. So I had to come out here and get a video started, but it is cold, y'all. It is real cold. I think it's like 44 degrees. So yeah, and it's windy, as you can see. So I'm not gonna be out here long. I'm just gonna be out here until just to see him get started or whatnot. But I'm gonna try to film as much as I can. Hopefully it warms up a little once the sun starts coming up. But yeah, today is the day. We're getting our septic tank installed. We had to come out here and open up the gate, make sure the equipment can get through here. We measure like 24 feet right here, so we're more than sure they can get up this road here and get over here to where the septic tank is going to be. Look at the moon, y'all. Sun over there, moon right here. But yeah, so today is the day. I'm excited. We're excited. One step closer to getting our home now. So yeah, septic tank getting installed today. So I am back out here. Sorry y'all, it's cold. It's real cold, so I'm definitely not going to be out here the whole process, but they are here. So it'll be bringing in the equipment. Hopefully they can get through right here. Yeah, it looks wide enough. We didn't put this pole here in the ground so deep just in case we have to move this out of their way, but I'm thinking that equipment can get here. But yeah, today is the day, y'all. I am so excited. Finally getting a septic tank. Oh. They are here, they are here.
I moved that light to leak. Oh yeah. That way don't run over.
Godfrey.
How are you?
Good, man.
Good. Actually, back in the full
Staying out of their way. Perfect spot here. I'll actually set this up right there. Okay, now I am back outside. As you can see, he's about to start digging the area for the septic tank. So they're saying you have to go back to that fence. I appreciate it.
You the count.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. The dome, yeah. Look, we didn't see it. We had to scrap it down. The wind took it about 100 feet over there one day. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was like. So another piece of equipment is just arrived. I'm thinking that's the tank right there. And we have these parts here.
Huh? Well, they ain't say nothing. Oh, yeah, let's take comfort on it. Yeah, it's water. Wow. All right, camera, I'm gonna sit you up while I see what's going on. So yeah, from the looks of it, here's that too. Put some water in the tank, so pretty cool. I'm like a big kid over here, mouth wide open.
Just left. He was doing something that we had to do with the inspections where they gotta test the sewage, the septic tank to make sure there's no leakages. So that's why you can see there's some water there. Just because at the top it ran off. But yeah, there's no leak. It looks pretty good. So pretty much, I guess, let's show you how the system goes, okay? So we have the RV drop where we can go ahead and let it in, our black water in, and then we have the stub that we connect to our home. So this will connect to our sewage and our piping system in the house, and then everything will run into the sewage here, and then follow those pipes, and we have leach field number 1 and then leach field number 2. This is where all of the black water and gray water will go underground and then filter back into the earth. As you can see, it's at a slant, so that way it can run downhill versus running uphill. So definitely, each foot, 280 feet. Leach fields, the leach fields, I think we have to at least have in our county at least a certain amount of feet. Don't quote me on it, but I know it's at least about 140 on it. So you can double them up.
Yeah, so this is what, so it's like we broke it in half here.
We broke it up, so it's 80 and 80.
So about 70.
Or 70
About 70,
yeah. 70 and 70 feet there, and they have to be at least about 5 feet apart. So just that, be 5 feet apart.
Oh, yeah.
At least 10 feet.
Yeah, about 10 feet. Yeah, 10 feet apart, yeah. Wow. This is huge.
So it's a big, like we said, a septic tank is very big and it takes a lot of space. So when you buy your property, make sure that you plan appropriately to where you're gonna put your septic tank. Like, it's easy to do because you can hire someone to do it, but you got to be able to show them where you want it. So our process was, we actually had a different design. We actually had it going this way.
Yeah.
And then when we spoke with our contractor, the contractor recommended this way, and we were like, that does make sense, because we started to notice that we have people travel on the street here, and we started to notice that we're in the desert, dirt does blow in the air, and we want to be away from the street as much as possible, so that way we don't catch a lot of dust in our home and stuff. So anyhow, you will run into changes, but it doesn't mean that you can't have what you want. It just means you can do things a little bit different. Like I said, we had it going this way. Could you imagine all of this right there with a camper?
Yeah, and our road is there, so
our road is there or whatnot.
Yeah.
So we had a different design. We actually had a driveway where you see those blue tarps there. We actually had a driveway there, and that's where I did our first driveway coming in, and then our contractor.
that hill is very steep
Our
right there.
contractor recommended that he do a street because, like you said, it's very steep down there, and it's hard to get equipment up that steep slope. We actually damaged some parts of our camper coming up there. So these are things that you'll learn, but it wasn't the end of the world. It was a small little minor damage, nothing that's gonna stop it from working or anything like that. But anyhow, you can see how our whole layout shifted from the original plan. So definitely it's easy to do, and maybe if you guys want in the comments, if you guys want, I can show you guys just how to do it, just how to start it off, so that way you can kind of get some measurements of your property and all that stuff. One of the things that we didn't get to show you guys was measuring the property. We came out here several times before we even bought the property, and we were measuring it, seeing where we had to walk in the middle of the desert and see if we could find any property sticks and stuff. We had a map of how it looked or whatnot, but
From 19 when?
I think it was like 1964, 64.
Yeah.
Is when this was all layered for ground, for housing. Also, we can talk about your zoning of your property, so we'll talk about all that stuff in future videos, whatnot, but all that comes into play when it comes to doing your septic tank, and it's such a blessing to be able to have a septic tank, because, we from the city, so we're used to going in and doing what we gotta do, handle your business, and you don't think twice about it. But when you go off-grid and you have to be into a small space, into a camper, you might want to think twice about, you know,
How you gonna be disposing your waste?
how you dispose it. And so we had to drive, I believe, about 20, 30
No,
miles.
like if you add those together, 60 miles
Yeah,
just to.
so we had to at least about 60
Yeah.
miles round trip to take our black water waste.
You did it
to
twice a
dump.
year. You did it twice a month.
And we had to do it twice a month, right? So almost every 10 days, 10, 12 days,
Oh, no.
however, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely that is something to consider when you get your off-grid property. Consider what you're going to do with your waste management, okay? Gray water, black water, then also too what you're going to do with your septic in the long term, because to be able to have, I can imagine, I can never want to haul this black water for the rest of my life. Like, so you have to think about those further investments, and these are things that we put into consideration. And so it wasn't a surprise for us. It was just more of how do we do it. But I will tell you guys this, I did try to find a way around all this shit. I tried to find ways where you can do it on your own or whatnot, just because I like to be self-sufficient. And, you know, I try to find so many ways, but there's no way around getting a septic tank.
Yeah, you have to.
You just have to have a septic tank. So definitely, I know it sounds cool where you can dig a hole and stuff, because that's what they were doing back in the day, right? Before we even had septic tanks, we probably dig a deep enough hole and then, you know, put it away from where we're going to be living, but close enough where we can get that.
Smell it. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like what the concept of the outhouse, right? So those things can work, but for me, I just don't want to be, you know, I don't like to shit where I eat, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the concept for me. But I wanted to show you guys this one thing that came out of here when they were digging the septic tank.
Oh yeah.
They have this big rock come out of the ground. This is the biggest rock came out of the property. Huge big boulder. And we're going to use it as a centerpiece of our garden. So it is huge.
Paint it, polish it a little.
Write some stuff on it. Write some good stuff on it.
Yeah.
And make it into our garden. It's actually,
Dude, I like it.
yeah.
I can't believe it. Yeah, when you pick this thing up, like, wow.